it's a process, and there's a lot of us. So all 5 of my daughters will be on the carpet tonight. So I'm going to get to the top and just watch them walk in, which I love to do.
The Kardashians conquered the Met Gala, and we are so thankful they did. Hey, everyone, and welcome to Post Pop, where we are celebrating the Met Gala. My name is Francesca Amaker, and guess what? I'm actually joined by, come on over here, girlfriend.
Hello, how are you?
Senior Vice President of Fashion over at Bustle.
Bustle.
It is so good to see you. We are at the top of the Rock in New York City, right atop of Rockefeller Center. This is my first time seeing this type of view. It is gorgeous, Tiffany.
You've been to New York, I'm sure, plenty.
A few times, but never like this.
Okay, this is a good view. This is a good way to do it.
Well, you know, we got to jump right into it.
Okay, let's go.
I have to ask you, because I watched it on multiple ways. What did you think about the Met Gala last night?
Okay, there were a lot of looks to dissect, I have to be honest. Some were on theme, really on point. A lot were not.
And you know what? Since you are the queen of fashion here, what was the theme? Like, what was the theme to you? Because, you know, we would ask the guests who would walk, what did gilded glamour mean to you? So what is this theme? Let's break it down for the audience first.
Well, I will say it's the Met Gala, so it's open to interpretation, right? We want everyone to have their own point of view and feel like they are, you know, expressing it in a way that feels true to themselves. But to me, you know, gilded glamour was a time where people were dressing up, showing off their wealth, really opulent, really glamorous, but sort of hiding behind all of the turmoil that was happening in the political unrest. So I would have liked to see more political statements on the red carpet. It felt like the right time to do it.
Lots of marks were missed, let's just say that, but there was a lot of fashion as well. We have a lot to cover. So first off, we need to talk about the fact that Kris, Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, Kendall, and Kylie were all at the Met Gala this year. In fact, this was the first time that we've seen the mini Kar-Jenners at the event, and it was Kourtney and Khloe's first year attending. Of course, the women took their fashion duties very seriously. In fact, Kim and Kris took inspiration from icons of American history. Remember, the theme was In America, an anthology of fashion. And Kris rocked this Oscar de la Renta number. She looked gorgeous, right? Many fans were quick to point out that it was kind of similar to the ensemble that former First Lady Jackie Kennedy wore to a state dinner at the White House in 1961. And Kris stopped by to chat with our Naz Perez during Live from E to talk about the vibe she was going for.
It is so nice to see you and meet you. You quite literally are an American icon. We're celebrating American fashion. Tell me about this look.
This is Oscar de la Renta, and so just kind of channeling a little Jackie Kennedy tonight, and wanted to do something glamorous and chic and easy. So, yeah.
Can you believe it? She was gorgeous. I mean, she channeled the woman who literally championed or the 1960s, the 1970s, just seeing Jackie in action. She's the one who brought in the whole tailored coat, right?
Right. There was a lot of old Hollywood glam on the red carpet. So I will say that that was something that we weren't expecting. Again, I don't know if that's quite on theme, but I will say that's very American, right? If you think about old Hollywood, it is very American. So I get how they can pull in those references and how they made sense and tied it into this carpet.
And I'm just honestly, as the matriarch of one of the most successful families of our time, like Kris Jenner, she can wear whatever she wants, and she looked amazing.
She did look really, really good. That color was phenomenal.
Meanwhile, Kim paid tribute to another American bombshell by wearing one of Marilyn Monroe's most iconic dresses. Y'all take a look at this. Oh my gosh. A dress that Monroe wore to John F. Kennedy's birthday party in 1962 when she sang, "Happy Birthday, Mr. President." Kim revealed to Vogue that she actually lost 16 pounds over the last 3 weeks to fit into the gown. Now, Tiffany, I have to ask you, would you ever go this far just to fit into a dress?
I mean, yes, girl. I work in fashion, so we commit to a look, and I appreciate that she committed to it.
Yes.
So kudos to her. I want to give her a round of applause for that one.
I think it's important to sacrifice for fashion. Can I just
Absolutely.
say, I did some research. Kim received the Ripleys. Okay, so the Ripleys, believe it or not, folks, went to her house about a month ago, and they were saying, this is the dress, you can't fit in the dress. She said she took it as a challenge from them and was determined to get in the dress.
Yeah.
She stopped eating dairy, she stopped eating sugar, carbs, any dressing, and she was eating a lot of tomatoes.
Yes, I heard Lala in the interview on Vogue. She said, I saw you eating those tomatoes.
Yeah.
I want to know what that diet is, though, because there's plenty of things that I need to fit back into after the pandemic.
And this isn't the first time that we've seen Kim do something crazy like this. Keep in mind, what was it, the 2019 Met Gala when we saw her in that Mugler dress?
Yes, and she described it as getting into a role. She's like, I took this as I'm, acting and I'm getting into this role, and my role is to get into this dress, and so I did it.
Even taking breathing lessons to breathe in the dress, y'all. And as if Kim's look wasn't enough of a history-making moment, she also stepped out with her boo thing, Mr. Pete Davidson, for the their actually Met Gala red carpet debut. He was looking very dapper, I would say, in Dior, and was being a true gentleman, if you will, helping Kim navigate the steps in her tight-fitting gown and her, 6-inch stilettos or platforms. There were also little moments of PDA that we just ate up, and, we're still recovering. So, Tiffany, what
Were you dead?
I
You
was
just see it?
Listen, when she hit that carpet, I said, oh, 'cause we didn't know if Kim was going to accompany her or not.
Yes, but I will say that Rihanna did not hit the carpet, which I know we were all waiting for. So we needed that final look to give us something, right? Like, Rihanna didn't show the bump. I think this was the next best thing.
Well, honestly, this is not in the show at all, but you saw this.
I saw
they gave
it.
that marble statue to Rihanna. I said,
And again, she didn't even have to be there, and she took the crown, okay?
she shut the Met down and didn't even have to attend.
Absolutely.
But we're talking about Kim here. We love the blonde hair. She said she's going to be going blonde for a little while now. And I'm here for it.
I like the blonde.
Okay, skinny Kim with a blonde. I guess blondes do have more fun.
It's summertime.
And they weren't the only Kardashian couple that we have to talk about. The kissing bandits. Who y'all think I'm talking about? Kourtney and Travis Barker. They made their Met Gala debut, and they were both wearing skirts by Tom Brown. And the two were looking very in love in every single photo that you saw. Kourt actually told Vogue her look was a deconstructed version of Travis's ensemble. What did you think, Tiffany? Be honest about this, because a lot of people had a lot to say about Kourtney's outfit.
I loved it, honestly. I was, again, not on theme, but she looked good. And I will say, I watched the interview that she did with Lala for Vogue, and they were happy and they were having fun and joking. And I think that's what's really important, is to be happy and to not take it too seriously.
It's funny because I went to Tom Brown's Instagram page just to see what his fan base was saying. They were eating him up about Kourtney's outfit. However, when it comes to Travis Barker, they loved it. They said that he ate her up,
He looked really clean. He was well groomed.
Yeah.
I think we're used to seeing him a bit more grungy, so it was nice to see him look really polished. I think it was unexpected for us.
And it was what did he call it? He called it a structured cummerbund that was molded to her waist. It was just something different.
I think Tom Brown had a great night. Not just them, but he had other people that walked the carpet that looked phenomenal. So.
Including Lizzo.
Lizzo was one of my favorites.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Maisie Williams was great too. Tom Brown had a great night.
He sure did. Go ahead, Tiffany.
Okay. A couple more couples. So we're talking about couples also had a great night. I forgot to mention that. Giving us relationship goals. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. She looked stunning in her Versace white floral gown. Dwayne Wade was wearing a sleek, looking very chic and sexy in that shirtless white tuxedo number. Did you see that little chest moment?
Funny moment you mentioned. So, I had to do some digging. I was like, okay, why does he have no shirt on? Gabrielle Union wanted to make sure that he hit the carpet shirtless. She said, I don't care what he wears, but I want him to have no shirt on at all. And going back to Mr. Joe Jonas, I said, how did he start his day? I looked on his Instagram. He started with a 3-mile run through the West Village. Yes.
The men were coming with the bodies, serving body the whole night.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. And then afterwards, the big question that we always ask, when we're on the carpet, what are you eating after? Well, I think they asked Joe, and you could see it on his Instagram, pizza, all in the elevator, a full box of pizza.
I think Kim said she was having a donut party in her room afterwards, too. I think everyone was ready to eat after that red carpet.
She did.
All the starvation to get into those looks, and it was worth it.
Oh, yes, they looked great.
Speaking of Joe Jonas, that was another couple that we love. Also, Kaya Gerber and Austin Butler. Did you see them snuggled up at the end of the carpet?
Yes.
They were super cute. I love them because they were, they gave each other their space she walked the carpet by herself. She's obviously in the fashion world. She needed to have her moment. And then he came with his whole Elvis crew. They did a cute interview together, the whole team. So I love them together. Did you see those too?
I did. I saw them together, and look at her right there. If people don't know, Cindy Crawford, that is her offspring.
And she's wearing Alexander McQueen.
20 years old, looking like she's a
They're
supermodel
twins.
herself.
They're twins. It's unbelievable.
Beautiful couple. And you know who else was beautiful? Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. I mean, they are so gorgeous. They are more gorgeous than any other couple in Hollywood, I would say. The two actually co-chaired the event, and a lot of people were like, well, what goes into co-chairing? It wasn't just them. It was Regina King. It was also Lin-Manuel Miranda was a co-chair for it. The people who co-chair this event have literal meetings on top of meetings with Anna Wintour. They also talk about what type of decor they want to have at this event. They talk about the interior designers. They have heavy workings with them. And also when it comes to the food, choosing the food for this event as well, they have a heavy dealing with the chef.
Yeah, Blake is always super involved with the Met Gala. She does a great job, I think, every year. She, I think, is someone who we know is always going to look great in whatever she's wearing. She had that Versace sort of two-tone dress. It turned to a different color. And so what I loved about that is, like, she's true. If you think about Blake, you think about New York City, you think about Met Gala, and her look had, like, nods to the Statue of Liberty, nods to the Grand Central Station. Like, she really paid tribute to New York.
I cannot wait to talk about her dress even more and break it down for you guys. But it wouldn't be the Met Gala without a Joe Bro stopping by. Joe Jonas and his pregnant wife, Sophie Turner. She looked absolutely beautiful. They turned heads on the steps. And the two are expecting their second child together.
Yes.
What did you think about her look? It was funny because we even saw him on the carpet kind of grabbing his stomach. And I'm like, dude, you're not the one pregnant.
He definitely does not have a food baby yet.
Right.
Maybe afterwards he could grab his stomach. They were both wearing Vuitton. I actually think that Joe looked really great and kind of outdid her in this one. And I will not ever say that to a pregnant woman. Ever. But she looked great, obviously. But I do think that he really hit the nail on the head this time.
You know who else hit the nail on the head?
Tell me.
The wife of Mr. Bieber himself. You know, Hailey Bieber's hubby, you know, he was MIA, even though Justin did not join his wife at the Met Gala this year. She looked absolutely sensational on her own. She is topping a lot of best dressed lists today. She wore a Saint Laurent dress, and Hailey spoke with Live from E! and told us how she stays calm during the red carpet.
What are your thoughts, like, on the car ride over here?
The car ride over here, for me, honestly, I try to just, like, take a couple deep breaths, be calm, be chill. This is obviously a lot and can be very overwhelming, and I want to just be able to, like, be present and enjoy it. And I think the best part is honestly just coming and be able to, like, see all the amazing fashion and run into friends and see people that you love and catch up. And
Are you excited to catch up to today?
just all my friends that are coming. The usual squad. Yeah, it is actually, especially because I'm solo tonight. So, like, girls' night is for me tonight.
She handled it well. And we got to talk about the night's biggest trend, from bright neon to bleached eyebrows. Yeah, we saw you, Kendall Jenner. Many A-listers made some bold choices for their Met looks. In fact, here's a trend for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Hold on, I want it on the screen. I'm waiting for it. Hold on, guys. Okay, so the trend last night, lots of corsets, of course. We're looking at Blake Lively right here. Okay, good. We have to talk about 2-in-1 looks. The queen, Blake Lively, she surprised us a lot last night. She arrived rocking this stunning pink Versace gown with this giant bow. But as she made her way up the Met Gala stairs, she then unraveled, as you can see right here, she unraveled the bow, and boom, we see this oxidized copper, the same oxidized copper that we see every single day when we're passing. What is it? The Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
Turns out she was paying homage to New York City. Here's what Blake told Live from E! on the Met steps.
Joining me now is Blake Lively. Blake, you look dazzling. Tell us the inspiration behind this look.
My dress. Copper patinaing. So I arrived in copper and then it patinaed to a fair degree. This is the constellation from Grand Central Station. This is architecture from the Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty. It's you know, lots of little references.
You've been coming to the Met
City.
for 14 years. Does it feel different being a co-chair?
so many years. My gosh.
When it starts rolling.
And she looked absolutely stunning. She said the city of New York has done so much for her, so she wanted to pay a nod to the city through her oxidized and constellation.
I think she did a
bonnets.
great job doing this. It was a slight nod and not too much, not too literal, so I really appreciated that. And she wasn't the only one. Alicia Keys also had the New York City skyline on hers as well. So
New York.
yeah, she will rep New York till the end.
Girl, they looked amazing. And another stunning red carpet transformation. Euphoria star Sydney Sweeney, who made her Met Gala debut in this white Tory Burch gown, but she quickly ditched that long train and revealed this short, flirty number.
I really, really love this look. I think Tory Burch did a great job also with her girls.
Yeah.
But what I loved is that it had this classic gilded look, which was the tight corsetting and then a big hips wide accentuating the woman's body. So Sydney Sweeney was on one of my top best dressed looks.
You know what I also enjoy about the Met Gala is that when I see younger people come to the Met Gala, whether it be their first or their fifth time, they have fun with fashion. And that's something that I think that we kind of miss. You know, every single year, people tune in, us as the viewers, we tune in for fun. We tune in for performances. We want to see the thespian darling. We want to see the Billy Porter. We want to see the Gaga of it all.
She was performing.
And I think these celebrities, you know, I'm glad y'all are cute and sleek in your outfits, but I need them to up it, because if it's a dress that you can wear at the Oscars or a dress that you can wear at the PGAs, don't bring it to the Met Gala.
No, Sydney ripped that skirt right off and she had her second look ready to go.
She certainly did. Now, Shawn Mendes also had not one but two looks to show off. This sleek Tommy Hilfiger look, he later ditched his coat for this navy suit, and he even had matching nails. You can't see the nails here, but he had Tommy Hilfiger's logo, his design on his nails to kind of pay that homage to.
And we want to talk about commitment. That is a real commitment right there.
And he looked so good. When Vogue was asking him what inspired this look, he said, the Navy from back then. He saw this peacoat, they presented it to him, and he said, I want to wear this peacoat. You guys can build around it, but this peacoat talks to me. And honestly, it looks like the peacoat that the Duke of Duchess wears in Bridgerton, right?
I love that accent right there.
Duke of Duchess. And Cara Delevingne rather, had us all screaming. She also ditched her jacket and she went topless on the carpet. She revealed some gold body paint. I decided not to write any notes on this one. I just wanted you to take it away.
Okay, I think that if you're going to do sheer and sexy, because there was a lot of sheer and sexy on that red carpet, then she was like, I'm just going to beat all of y'all, shut it down. It was shocking, but she shut it down. There was a lot of women who wanted to be sheer, super sexy, where I think that Gilded Age was a little bit more conservative and modest and reserved, and we didn't see a lot of that. So if you're going to go that way, then go ahead and go Cara's way.
If anyone can rock that type of suit and that look, it is her. Cara looked phenomenal.
And like you said, the theatrics of it all, when she took that jacket off.
I loved it. Someone said that she looks like the, what's the peanut that has his little cane? And he's a peanut. I forgot his name, but he has a little top hat. Anyway, some people said.
I think it's Mr. Peanut.
Some people said she reminded them of Mr. Peanut, but that is the most badass looking Mr. Peanut I've ever seen. Other trends that we love. Lots of capes in true gilded glamour fashion. We saw capes on Christine Borkowski. We also saw capes on Alicia Keys, Kid Cudi. And fun fact, it was actually Christine's 70th birthday yesterday, and she decided to celebrate with fashion.
If you're walking the Met Gala red carpet in that look at 70, you have no problems in life, okay?
Girl.
Amazing.
Her key to life.
Just badass.
Just laughing all the time and looking good.
Yes.
Good. And I can't keep going until I say this about Alicia Keys. You mentioned it earlier. Her nod to New York City. She understood the assignment. She had the most beautiful dress. It sparkled just like the skies when you're flying into NYC. The back of the cape had the city line of NYC. And then her hair.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think that Swiss also was a great compliment to that. Like, to me, from the men, he was one of my best dressed for the men. Like, the two of them together really look great.
Yeah, Ralph Lauren. And another turn of the century look. So many corsets. Billie Eilish, Lizzo, and Gigi Hadid. Of those three, did you have a favorite?
Honestly, Lizzo, I think that Tom Brown corseted underpinning was phenomenal. I think it hit Gilded Age very, very direct. When you think Gilded Age, you think corsetting, you think accentuating the woman's body. And then she had that Tom Brown overcoat and it was all embellished and gold and rich. So I think Lizzo took the cake with that one.
It took them 22,000 hours
That's
to make
insane.
that coat. To
Woo!
make that coat that Lizzo wore in a very short amount of time. And quickly on Billie Eilish, she's a big thrifter before she got famous. She wanted to make sure that anything that she wore from Gucci was upcycled. So this was vintage. These are things that didn't have to be created for her look because, again, she's all about sustainability. And Miss Gigi over here, gorgeous, that Versace.
I think Gigi's was really good because it was a different interpretation of that classic bustle and like the tight corsetting. So it was deconstructed in a way. So I thought that was really nice. It definitely was a nod to Cardi B and the Tom Brown, which I liked because it was, Cardi B shuts down that red carpet. So it's not a problem to reference her.
Yes,
at all,
pushing the mold with the feminine silhouette. We see Versace.
Yes.
And it was a whirlwind night on the Met steps. We saw so many looks, but the time has come for us to round out and round up with our MVPs of the night. We've each picked our top 4 looks, and it was hard to narrow these down. So Tiffany, why don't you start?
Okay, so I think I mentioned this before, but Maisie Williams and Tom Brown.
Yes.
Like I said, Tom Brown was the winner for the night for me between Lizzo, Maisie, Courtney Travis. It was great. I love that her hair was like, really old glamour, beading in it, really, really detailed. Gemma Chan also, she wore Vuitton. Gemma Chan, I loved her because it was sort of a drop waist, like hips. So it's a different interpretation of that time. Sydney Sweeney was on my top list. Gemma Chan. Who else did I have? Maisie Williams, Laura Harrier, and she wore H&M with Victor Glimont, who's a black designer. So I really loved that. She had the gloves. She really leaned into it. Who are your favorites?
Oh, I have so many favorites. Hold on, scroll up so I can tell them my favorites because I don't remember. Yes. Okay. So when I tell you Blake Lively shut it down, she's been coming to the Met Gala for the past 14 years, and she just understands how to not only embody the assignment and the theme, but also take it to that next level and put on that performance, put on those theatrics for us. And I love that she paid that nod. Even though she's from LA, she paid that nod to New York City.
She's a New York City girl now.
Yeah.
She's
And it was her idea, just so you all know. Yes, there's a designer involved, but she came up with the fact that she wanted to come in copper and she wanted to have it oxidized. Who does that? Secondly, Sarah Jessica Parker, my girl. The reason why Sarah makes my list is obviously because, hello, it's Sarah Jessica Parker, but because she understands the education behind the Gilded Age.
Right.
She's wearing a dress that is a nod to a former slave who was born into slavery in 1818, but then became a free slave, and she became the first black woman to dress someone in the White House, and she was dressing the wife of Abraham Lincoln. So she was the seamstress for the people who were in the White House, and I think that is just so big because she never got her just due. So this dress right here is a nod to her. It's one of something that
John Rogers.
Yes, it looks like what she put together. Also, who else is on my list? Alicia Keys. Oh, we've already talked about her enough. Yes, Alicia Keys is on my list. Just bomb. The hair, just bomb. The cape, just bomb. She just looks amazing. And finally, Jessica Chastain. We didn't talk about her throughout the show. She walked on the red carpet wearing red with her red hair. She was a red goddess and just beautiful.
I love Jessica Chastain. I would have loved a different hat, and it would have been top of the list for me.
Really?
Yeah. Just without the turban. I needed like a fascinator or something else.
You're right. You're right. I do like that
would have
too.
just killed it for me.
Well, everyone killed their looks. I'm excited for next year. I know that they're going to go bigger and better. And that wraps our show. I want to thank Tiffany Reed for joining us today to chat about all this Met Gala goodness. I had so much fun with you, Tiffany.
Thank you for having me. So much fun. What do you think the theme is next year?
You know what? I hope that we're finished with the whole like eras right now.
Yes.
I want us
we
to
need to switch it up. We need people to understand the assignment this time.
Because what I noticed a lot this year was everyone wanted to push the limits and go into the future version of the Gilded Age.
Yeah.
And so I think we should go futuristic. You saw Tiana Taylor looking futuristic. Cynthia Erivo was kind of doing a futuristic thing.
Yeah.
Ciara did futuristic theme in hers as well. So I think people want to become eccentric and go there.
Yeah, they want to go there.
So we need Billy Porter. out next year.
Think outside the box
Girl,
next year.
please. Well, you guys be sure to keep it locked to all things E for your latest pop culture news. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.